chat. Hello. So, making sure that everything is lining up just a little bit correctly. Friday was a very interesting day, was it not? Sorry that you couldn't hear me, like, at all, because it turns out that in my attempt to correct the ratio for it, it sort of got louder in the settings, and I didn't know about it until I listened back to it, which has made editing the stream a little bit more difficult than I would have liked. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can actually do about the audio, and I can't do the subtitles because even I don't know what I said during those particular points, and you're just going to have to strain your ears a little bit. You can still hear me, not like I said much during that stream, but we're getting there, right? We're getting there. Hoping, fingers crossed, it'll be out Wednesday. The reason why it's going to be Wednesday is because I have stuff being done on Tuesday, and we're doing this stream tonight, so we can't really do that. And I'm also busy Thursday, and then Friday we're streaming again, so we can't put it off any longer. I'm really sorry if I keep pausing. I'm trying to think of what to actually say, and it's a little bit difficult, because quite frankly, and this is going to be a shock to some people, we are near the end. We are very near the end. We have the internal chandelier to do. We have the surrounding chambers to do. Then we have the patio, I guess. The patio to do. And I don't know if we can actually get everything perfectly sorted so that it ends tonight. But if it is sorted tonight, that would be nice. And believe it or not, this is one of the easiest projects to do, because our next project is a chateau. It's a house, right? Now, of course, we probably won't be doing the interior, because that we can't really do the decorative fanciness unless we somehow copy and paste the inside to the outside and try and learn weird fancy commands so that when you actually step inside the building it changes into the interior view. But I don't think we'll be able to do that because I don't know commands, and commands are cheating. Not cheating, coding. They are sort of cheating. Sorry. I do want to... Where's it gone? I have made some reference images. I have found them. We're getting there. Oh. This is going to be very fun in the replay. Right. Now the reason why I'm not bringing them up is because they are in my paint editor, which, as we have established before, doesn't work. It just doesn't want to work with this streaming with OBS, and because of that, I'm just going to have to show you what I mean by building it. Right. Before we actually continue, I have introduced some more music into the background. So instead of just playing the two tunes, that being Araya Math and Hooked, there's also a whole bunch of other stuff. Hopefully none of it gets me copyright stricken, because if that does, I am going to be so mad, because they are all copyright free, and Twitch and YouTube just simply are tight asses, right? Okay. Let's get into the game, shall we? This is what we have done so far. I've still got the shaders on. I also cannot find for the life of me the platform that we made, and I've even tried looking down here. Nothing. Here are the lions that we have as the pedestal at the bottom here. Here's our lovely entranceway. Still haven't decided on what floor for the patio that we want, because whatever floor for the patio we have, we also got to put it in the entranceway. Here is the top section, or the mid section, with our rather lovely trees. Yay! I have to go all the way around, because otherwise it'll be very difficult. Before we move on, we've got benches, we've got a little fountain pond here. We've got entranceways on all four cardinal directions. We have a staircase that leads to the top section, and an eternal flame that is represented rather nicely by these four pots. There's a sort of chimney, I guess. And you can see the flames underneath it. You get this nice stroll up here as well. With statues that I sort of need to correct at some point. Then we have this section, which isn't true to the drawings, This is just plain material here. However, I have decided to do lanterns because it gives it this rather nice glow. I mean, it fades out, but it's still kind of there. And then we have the very top. The very top of the dome being a surprise tool that will help us later. Here we have the corridor leading into it. Now, in the image that I used as, or that I have as a reference for it, this is the actual size of it. I have seen some people model this tunnel to be smaller. I've seen some people just omit it entirely. However, this tunnel is actually here in the drawings. This is based off of the drawings. This is, as far as I'm aware, 80% accurate. Because you can never be too accurate when it comes to creating semicircular tunnels. Of which I think I achieved quite well. I mean, the archway into that bit excluding. The side here doesn't really do anything, but it does allow us pathway up to, again, a somewhat defective interior. The problem with this is the fact that it's so fucking big. Sorry, I shouldn't swear. It's so big, right, that it cannot render up there, right? So that's what's causing the light glitch. But I need the shaders on because of this. This wall here. The sculpt. And then of course we have the actual cenotaph itself. I was thinking of putting signs, birch signs, because that's the closest that we have to brass. Where's the signs? Over here. The thing that actually looks like a sign. Just do something like that. The reason why I am a little bit hesitant to do it is because it looks kind of off. I don't know, that's just me though. For now, on the other hand, we have to create the stairwells. Now the stairwells spiral, right? They go from up there downwards, and the spiral does not connect, so we can't cheat and do a staircase up one side and then have a platform, because that's not how it works. It's a spiral staircase, kind of. It's a, not a spiral, I guess curved then, to make things a little bit easier on here. Now, this is not where I need to be. Is it here? No. Night vision. Well, I don't need to do that. I can do... Bing. There we go. Night vision. And I guess we could sort of turn off the shaders, I guess. Video settings, shader packs, disabled, apply. just so that we don't end the stream prematurely. What stair should we make it out of? I guess it's thematic then to make it out of pale oak, because we've done pale oak outside. And I suppose also we should go from here. Now we need to find a curve from up here to down here. Is there a way to do that using axiom? Because once we've done it from here, we could just copy and paste it, surely. It would be path. Guess pale oak slab for now, and then we could change it. Oh no, I guess we could do this. Presets. Is there presets? No. Do that. Oh, not that one. There. Okay. I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. Shit. Remove. I have completely forgotten how to use this tool chat.
First night when I went home, drunk as I could be, there's another mule in the stable where my mule ought to be. Come here, honey.
Okay, what we'll do, we'll do that, and then
How come another mule in the stable where my mule ought to be? Oh, crazy, oh, silly, can't you plainly see that's nothing but a milk cow where your mule ought to be?
Chat, I have no clue what I'm supposed to be doing.
I've traveled this world
I've messed it up big time.
times or more. Saddle on a milk cow's back I've never seen before.
And then we could come to here. Yeah.
Second
Flat,
night when
maybe?
I got home, drunk as I could be, there's another coat on the coat rack where my coat ought to be. Come here, honey.
come down
Explain this thing to me. How
here.
come another coat on the coat rack where my coat ought to be? Oh, crazy,
I know,
silly,
I know.
can't you plainly see?
Come,
Nothing
we
but
do
a
point.
bed quilt where your coat ought to be.
How far do we want to go down? Point.
I've traveled this world over million times or
Point.
more. Pockets
Point.
in a bed quilt I've never seen
Point.
before.
What have we got from here?
Third night
I
when
know
I
it's a
went
little
home, drunk
tough.
as I could be, there's another head on the pillow where my head ought to be. Come here, honey, come
I mean,
here.
it sort of looks like a curve.
Explain this thing to me. How come another head on the pillow where my head ought to be? Oh, crazy, oh, silly, can't you plainly see? That's nothing but a cabbage head that your grandma sent to me. I've traveled this world over million times or more. Hair on a cabbage head I've never seen before.
I don't think we actually came up with a design for up here. I think it's
My
just got to
mother
be the
always
same.
told me that I had a splendid voice. In fact, I'd sing in opera
Same
if
kind of
they
style
give me
as
my
up
choice.
front.
I wrote to Oscar Hammerstein that I would be his star. He said, come down and sing for me, and I'll see how good you are. And I don't suppose I'll do it again for months and months and months. No, I don't suppose I'll do it again for months and months and months. I sang the wise old owl, and he left the room at once. So I don't suppose I'll do it again for months and months and months.
I needed that other block in my smooth chords.
A lady friend of mine
You'll
one
get the
day
smooth
thought
chords.
it would be a joke to walk into a restaurant and have a little smoke. She smoked a little cigarette just like a suffragette. Then all the papers roasted her, and they haven't stopped as yet. But I don't suppose she'll smoke again for months and months and months. No, I
No,
don't
no.
suppose she'll smoke again for months and months and months. If she really wants to smoke, she should try a pipe just once. Then I don't believe she'd do it again
we'll
for
do
months and months and months.
Is that once the pathway is sorted,
One day an aviator
we'll
took out his aeroplane and flew from New York town to
we'll
Philadelphia
coat the
like the
stairs
train.
on the
And
exterior
when
bit,
those Philadelphians
more
saw
stock,
him, they set up a wail.
just
For
to
they
make
thought
sure that
he
everything's
must really be
together.
old Halley's
Actually,
comet tail.
for the
And they
sake
won't
of
know who it really was for months and months and months.
brevity,
No, they won't get wise to who
brevity,
it
what's
was
the word
for
that I'm
months
thinking
and
of?
months and months.
Consistency.
I bought
Because
an
this is supposed to
aeroplane
be
myself and I'm going
inside
to
a
fly
dark
it
room,
once.
right?
But I
We've only
may
got
not get out of the hospital
night
for
vision
months
on,
and months
as
and
it were,
months.
an after effect.
Now all you married gentlemen should bless the hobble skirt.
Dark
I'll
oak.
show you how to tame your wives if you are real alert. In case you come home late at night and wifey makes a roar,
And here-
just pick her up and spread her out upon the parlor floor. And I don't think she'll get up again for months and months and months. No, I don't think she'll get up again for months and months and months.
And
You
now
can
we
go
can
back
just
to your club
follow this
and
up
enjoy
and
yourself
over,
for
I guess.
once. And your wife will stay just where she's put for months and months and months.
I don't like usually doing these harsh transitions where it's one block, and then a completely different block. There is no, however, alternative solution. As far as I can see. guess these stairs, slabs, not slabs, rocks. Traffic's quite heavy tonight. I don't understand why. I picked a time where it wasn't going to be so heavy and it was going to just, you know, peter along. Turns out no. Be easier. One of the best features of Axiom I have found is this replace tool. Will that guy bugger off? Is that getting a little too thick? That's completely deviated from what it's supposed to be. Shit. Sorry. Keep pressing every button, but not the one that I want. It's absolutely dreadful. How are we going to transition from that point to this point? Yes, now we do from up here down. Seems like the next logical
Frog went a
option.
courting and he did ride. King Kong, kitty kitty Crimeo, with a sword and a pistol by his side. King Kong, kitty kitty Crimeo, Kimo, Kimo, away down yonder in a holler tree, an owl and a bat and a bumblebee. King Kong, kitty kitty. He rode till he came to Miss Mouse's door. King Kong, kitty
we
kitty
can't do
Crimeo,
that.
and there he knelt up on the floor.
Can't
King
go
Kong, kitty
there.
kitty Crimeo, Kimo, away down yonder in a holler tree, an owl and a bat and a bumblebee. King Kong, kitty kitty
Try and
Crimeo.
push the staircase as far back as possible.
He took Miss Mouse up on his knee. King Kong, kitty kitty Crimeo, and he said, little mouse, will you marry me? King Kong, kitty kitty Crimeo, Kimo, away down yonder in a holler tree, an owl and a bat and a bumblebee. King Kong, kitty kitty Crimeo.
That.
Miss Mouse had suitors 3 or 4. King Kong, kitty kitty Crimeo, and there they came right in the door. King Kong, kitty kitty Crimeo, Kimo, away down yonder in a holler
I guess
tree,
it's
an owl
to
and a bat and a
be
bumblebee.
here.
King Kong, kitty kitty Crimeo.
Should we actually make this two?
They grabbed Mr. Frog and began to fight.
Transition up
King
to,
Kong,
a
kitty kitty
two-block staircase. I feel
Crimeo,
like
and that
that's gonna be
holler
easier.
tree 'twas a terrible night.
I'm gonna do
King
that.
Kong, kitty kitty Crimeo, Kimo, away down yonder in a holler tree, an owl and a bat and a bumblebee. King Kong, kitty kitty Crimeo. Mr. Frog hurled the suitors to the floor. King Kong, kitty kitty Crimeo, with his sword and his pistol he killed all 4. King Kong, kitty kitty Crimeo, Kimoki, away down yonder in a holler tree, an owl and a bat and a bumblebee. King Kong, kitty, kitty,
We'll do
yo.
that. We'll do that. We'll make sure that that's
They went to the parson the very next day. King
do.
Kong, kitty, kitty, yo, and left on their honeymoon right away. King Kong, kitty, kitty, yo. Kimoki, away down yonder in a holler tree, an owl and a bat and a bumblebee. King Kong, kitty, kitty, yo. Now they live far off in a holler tree. King Kong, kitty, kitty, yo, where they now have wealth and children 3. King Kong, kitty, kitty, yo. Kimoki, away down yonder in a holler tree, an owl and a bat and a bumblebee. King Kong, kitty, kitty, yo.
I don't know how this is going to work out. Because this is... this is... How we join the background music channel. I know it's quite old music. Some of this music is from the last century, literally this time last century.
Just remember me, baby.
I quite like it.
When I'm
I quite like the
cold, cold ground.
rusticness, the antiquity of it, the vintageness.
Just remember me, baby. When I'm in 6 feet of cold, cold ground. Always think of me, mama. Just say there's a good man gone down. Don't cry, baby. Baby, after I'm gone. Don't cry, baby. Don't cry after I'm gone. I'm just a good man, love you, and I ain't done nothing wrong. Just lay my body, baby, in 6 cold feet of ground. Just lay my body,
I can
baby,
barely
in
do
6 cold feet of ground.
like straight indicators at the best of times. This is actually a challenge.
Well, I'll have to be the loser when the deal goes down. Sugar baby now, all I can do for see peace with you, and I can't get along this away, can't get along this away. All I can do, I said all I can say, I will sing it to your mama next payday, sing it to your mama next payday. God, no,
Okay, so
you find a red
rocking
claim
chair.
that those
I've
are
got
stairs.
no
I'm
honey
not
baby
trying.
now. Got no
I'm trying
sugar
to
baby
remain as
now.
inside of the sphere as possible. I don't want to go too far outside of it.
Who rocked the cradle? Who sang the song? Who rocked the cradle when I'm gone? Who rocked the cradle when I'm gone? I'll rock the cradle, I'll sing the song. I'll rock the cradle when you're gone. I'll rock the cradle when you're gone. All I can do, I said all I can say. I will send you to your mama next payday.
What if this was a full slap?
Later in the she give her every dime I made. What more could a
that's
poor boy
coming
do?
rather well
What
together.
more could a poor
Just
boy
need to
do?
figure out this last bit. Oh shit.
Oh, I've got no honey baby now. Got no sugar baby now. All I can say, I've done all I can do, and I can't make a living with you. Can't make a living with you.
I think, just for the sake of uniformity, how's this looking? Oh, now we've got that bit to deal with. Chat, how's that look? I think that looks pretty good. Now we've actually got to test it. Bear in mind, with this staircase, I'm not too concerned about realism, simply because the diagram that shows this only shows it in passing. Right? It's not one of those. It's on every drawing. It's one of those that's it's there, but not really there. If you know what I'm trying to talk about. And now we have to hide it. Coming down here is probably not too much. Just place these. Can't really do anything with the slabs. Wait a minute. This is going to look so terrible. And as long as I remember that it's just the ones beside the staircase, it'll be fine. But this is Dalton surface. of does its job. It sort of hides it. I mean, to be fair, this entire lower section is supposed to be paintings of clouds. Perhaps we could try and do something like the Four Seasons, but I'm going to have to get somebody who's actually talented to do something like that, because I'm not that good. I've struggled doing the staircase, for Christ's sake. But I think actually, now I've just undone everything, I keep doubling back, but there's not too bad, and there's doing it properly, and I feel like it definitely should be done properly. The worst part is the fact that there isn't really all that many dark stairs. Ignore that. I don't want to do deep sleep. But I feel like I'm going to have to. I also don't want to do Blackstone because the cenotaph. The cenotaph's made out of Blackstone, and I want that to be unique, to be important. I just banged everything. A cup of coffee. San Diego Dry. Tastes like dirt. I didn't know how bad it tasted until I started to drink some. Then I got back. Could we use another brick stairs? Or another brick stuff? So we would just do a test. Why am I not doing these? Well, it's because you can't see them from down there, so it doesn't really matter. Oh, that's much darker. That's much better than the yolk stuff. good news, chat. It is almost over. I think these should actually be stairs. And then for up here, thematically speaking, I guess it would make sense if we have one of those here. It's not really rotatable. Okay. The darkness out there. Why close the doors? It doesn't really matter. Unfortunately, there's not a way to close this without drastically changing. Get that. Which at least was most of the light. But they do despawn. Okay, I didn't think about that. We'll keep them there. Why? Because why not? I guess we have to change this then. There we go. We can just fix these up. Probably do that. Fix this, maybe? That works. We'll just remove these bits. going for consistency here. I am going purely for what feels right for each staircase. There we go. Now we have. Oh, I've got to fill in the connection points. That would be useful. That, I think, will do it for down here, for now. Oh, my buttocks. I have to find a chair that that doesn't constantly hurt my buttocks. That has to make me move every so often. Unfortunately, I have bought the chair that I have because while I was testing it in the shop that I got it from, it felt very comfortable. Now obviously I've used it more than what I did in the shop, and now I can see my mistake. Let's go on to here now. I think that where it's stopping right now, I think that is a perfect place because it is quite high up, but at the same time, right, there's also fairly low down. Or actually no. That point. There we go. So starting from here, which shall we use some resin? Make it make something noticeable. I wouldn't say so. I wouldn't say so at all. Thinking about it now. We'll use some of this. Wait, hang on. This doesn't bud, right? If it's natural. If it's not natural. Piss. I guess the closest thing then is to do that. Why that there? Well, it's because I want to make an interesting focal point above the cenotaph itself. Oh, don't want that. We could try and make a I can't zoom in. Need to get myself a spyglass, which would be tools, wouldn't it? Tools, spyglass. That's not having the effect that I wanted to. I want just like a little subtle curve. Oh well, that's all sorted. We'll just have to remove these.
First night when I went home, drunk as I could be.
And now we can start on the interior.
There's another mule in the stable where my mule ought to be. Come here, honey.
I don't know.
Explain yourself to me. How come another mule in the stable where my mule ought to be? Or crazy, or silly, can't you plainly see? That's nothing but a milk cow where your mule ought to be.
Go into this.
I've traveled this world over 1,000,000 times or more. Saddle on a milk cow's back I've never seen before. Second night when I got home, drunk as I could be. There's another coat on the coat rack where my coat ought to be. Come here, honey.
Now we need
Explain this thing to me. How come another coat on the coat rack where my coat ought to be? Oh,
yes, it is, because it doesn't go sideways.
silly, can't you plainly see? Nothing
which
but a
way's
bed quilt
F3.
where your coat ought to be.
East. That was north. Okay.
I've traveled this world over million times or more. Pockets in a bed quilt I've never seen before. The third night when I went home, drunk as I could be, there's another head on the pillow where my head ought to be. Come here, honey, come here. Explain this thing to me. How come another head on the pillow where my head ought to be? Oh, crazy, oh, silly, can't you plainly see? That's nothing but a cabbage head that your grandma sent to me. I've traveled this world over million times or more. Hair on a cabbage head I've never seen before.
And then we do 1, 2, 3. Chatmate, he's doing circles again. Somebody stop him.
My mother always told me that I had a splendid voice. In fact, I'd sing an opera if they'd give me my choice. I wrote to Oscar Hammerstein that I would be his star. He said, come down and sing for me, and I'll see how good you are. And I don't suppose I'll do it again for months and months and months. No, I don't suppose I'll do it again for months and months and months. I sang the wise old owl, and he left the room at once. No, I don't suppose I'll do it again for months and months and months.
3.
A lady friend of mine one day thought it would be a joke to walk into a restaurant and have a little
1,
smoke.
2, 3.
She smoked a little cigarette just like a suffragette. Then all the papers roasted her, and they haven't stopped as yet. But I don't suppose she'll smoke again for months and months and months. No, I don't suppose she'll smoke again for months and months and months. If she really wants to smoke, she should try a pipe just once. Then I don't believe she'd do it again for months and months and months. One day an aviator took out his aeroplane and flew from New York town to Philadelphia like a train. And when those Philadelphians saw him, they set up a wail, for they thought that he must really be old Halley's comet tail. And they won't know who it really was for months and months and months. No, they won't get wise to who it was for months and months and months. I bought an aeroplane myself.
As I was building that, I was thinking, oh, that's going to be quite big. That's going to take up quite a bit of space. I'm so glad that I didn't build it lower down. I think that there is perfect.
Gentlemen should bless the hobble skirt. I'll show you how to tame your wives if you are real alert. In case you come home late at night and wifey makes a roar, just pick her up and spread her out on the parlor floor. And I don't think she'll get up again for months and months and months. No, I don't think she'll get up again for months and months and months. You can go back to your club and enjoy yourself for once, and your wife will stay just where she's put for months and months and months.
5, 6, 7, 8. Seven. Okay, that entire thing needs to be moved up 1. 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. And now that should be centered. And then clone again, I guess. I shouldn't have deleted those o'clocks. Rotate again. And final rotation.
Frog went a courting and he did
Would you
ride.
guys
King
like
Kong,
to
kitty kitty cry me
hear
yo,
more
with a sword
sort
and a
of
pistol
old-timey
by his
music
side.
while we're doing
King
this?
Kong,
Because
kitty kitty cry me yo,
I'm
cry
getting
mo,
quite
key
into
mo,
it as
cry
I'm
mo,
listening, and then
key,
all of
way
a
down
sudden
yonder in a holler tree, an owl and a
disappear.
bat and a bumblebee.
Speaking
King
of
Kong, kitty kitty.
disappearing,
He rode till he came to Miss Mouse's door. King Kong, kitty kitty cry me yo, and there he knelt up.
oh, I have accidentally started the playlist over. But oh well. Those are supposed to be there. Cool. Now, for the sake of... What should we do? Pale oak. I don't know if pale oak would work, but they are... going to be using leaf stone if you can guess. Chat. Chat. Can you hear me? Hello? 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 Okay. I don't know what happened there. My apologies. There we go. It should. Have I got the wrong one? No, I have not. Brilliant. Now, I could use Axiom and a hollow disk and try and rotate it that way. But I want to try and do this as much of by heart as possible. Control flip. Ah. This looked a lot better in my testing board, I have to say. Well, looks like I am actually going to have to do the Axiom trick then. Come on. There we go. This is going to be fun. What I am going to do is, no matter what, I'm going to keep these outer rings. Mostly because I think that they're all right. I don't know if I can improve them, even with Axiom. And I at least want to try and create at least one part of some of my interpretations of the build. I actually don't know advanced. There we go. Ooh, shit. How would we determine what's your? Okay. Your. Okay, that's going to come in handy later. So your is upwards rotation flat. So roll. What if we do 90? Okay. Oh, shit. Right. Now I have to match up this internal part with the external size. 32 then? Yes. So it's 32. And your... Oh. $90. No? It's pitch. Pitch we want to be 90 as well. Okay, 45 then. 45. Marvellous. Ah, you forgot to place it. Ooh, hang on, we should probably check down here.
Night when I went home,
Yeah, no, that's
drunk
fine.
as I could be. There's another mule in the stable
And
where my mule ought to be. Come here, honey.
do the same thing again
Explain yourself to me.
as
How come another
negative
mule in the
45.
stable where my mule ought to be? Or crazy, or silly, can't you plainly see? That's nothing
make sure that
but a milk cow where your
right.
mule ought to be. I've traveled this world over million times or more. Saddle on a milk cow's back I've never seen before. Second night when I got home, drunk as I could be. There's another coat on the coat rack where my coat ought to be.
I guess that's gonna have to do.
Come here, honey. Explain this thing to
It's
me.
half of 45.
How come another coat on the coat rack
27.
where my coat ought to be? Oh, crazy,
25.
silly, can't you plainly see? Nothing but a bed quilt where your coat ought to be.
No, it's 20. 45 is
I've
22
traveled this world over million times or
5.
more. Pockets in a bed quilt I've never seen before.
I would place that there.
The third night when I went home, drunk as I could be, there's another head on the pillow where my head ought to be. Come here, honey, come here. Explain this thing to me. How
Yeah,
come another
okay.
head on the pillow where my head ought to be? Oh, crazy, oh, silly, can't you plainly see?
What we'll do
That's
is much like the
nothing but a
original rings
cabot
that we built,
head. That's a grandma
We'll-
sent to me.
take off any
I've
excess that we don't
traveled
need.
this world over million times or more. Hair on a cabot head I've never seen before.
Yes. And then
My mother
Needs
always told me that I
this.
had a splendid voice. In fact, I'd sing in opera if they'd give me my choice. I wrote to Oscar Hammerstein that I would be his star. He said, come down and
actually
sing
needs
for me, and I'll
undo.
see how good you are. And I don't suppose I'll
Yeah,
do it
that-
again
oh,
for months
shit,
and
what have I
months and
done?
months. No, I don't suppose I'll do it again for months and months and months. I sang the wise old owl, and he left the room at once. So I don't suppose I'll do it again for months and months and months.
And then one down, one down.
A lady friend of mine
That
one day thought it
seems
would
to
be
be
a joke to
one
walk
out.
into a restaurant and have a little smoke. She smoked a little cigarette just like a suffragette. Then all the papers
Yeah,
looked at
that
her, and they haven't stopped as yet. But I don't suppose she'll smoke again for months and months and months.
Then
No, I don't
what is
suppose she'll smoke again for months and months and months. If she really wants to smoke, she should try a pipe just once.
22
Then I don't
plus
believe she'd do it again for
45
months and
is
months and months.
60.
One day an aviator took out his aeroplane and flew from New York town to Philadelphia
67.
like a train. And when those Philadelphians
this.
saw him, they set up a wail, for they thought that he must really be old Halley's Comet
Yes.
Tail. And they won't know who it really was for months and months and months. No, they won't get wise to who it
Down
was
there.
for months and months and months.
Maybe
I
one
bought
that
an
way.
aeroplane myself and I'm going to fly it once, but I may not get out of the hospital for months and months and months. Now all you married gentlemen,
No, I
neglect
don't
the hobble
think
skirt. I'll show you how to tame your wives if you are
We can
real alert.
do the
In case
this
you come
part.
home late at night and wifey makes a roar, just pick her up and spread her out upon the parlor floor. And I don't think she'll get up again for months
Well,
and months
we'll
and
do it
months.
anyway,
No, I
and then I'm
don't
sure we
think
could just
she'll get up
delete the
again
parts
for
that we
months
don't
and months
need,
and months.
because that's
You
the
can go
way
back
it
to
can
your club
work.
and enjoy yourself for once, and your wife will stay just where she's put for months and months and months.
Cool. I have no clue what happened up here or down there, but it seems to be on a commonality. There we are. Now we need to fix this. Hmm. One, two. Oh, it's three. 1, 3. to do something akin to that up top.
Frog went a courting and he did ride. King Kong, kitty, kitty, cry-me-o, with a sword and a pistol by his side. King Kong, kitty, kitty, cry-me-o, cry-mo-key, away down yonder in a holler tree. An owl and a bat and a bumblebee.
Yeah.
King Kong, kitty, kitty. He rode till he came to Miss Mouse's door. King Kong, kitty, kitty, cry-me-o, and there he knelt up on the floor. King Kong,
I
kitty,
don't
kitty,
know how to-
cry-me-o, cry-mo-key,
see a
away down yonder in a holler
here.
tree. An owl and a bat and a bumblebee.
Which
King
sort of
Kong, kitty,
makes
kitty,
the-
cry-me-o.
Like that. Necessary.
He took Miss Mouse up on his knee. King Kong, kitty, kitty,
Revolve
cry-me-o, and he said, little mouse, will you marry me? King Kong, kitty, kitty,
Revolve
cry-me-o, cry-mo-key, away down yonder in a holler tree. An owl and a bat and a bumblebee. King Kong, kitty, kitty, cry-me-o. Miss Mouse had suitors 3 or 4. King Kong, kitty, kitty, cry-me-o, and there they came right in the door. King Kong, kitty, kitty, cry-me-o, cry-mo-key, away down yonder in a holler tree. An owl and a bat and a
Oh,
bumblebee.
shiza.
King Kong, kitty, kitty, cry-me-o. They grabbed Mr. Frog and began to fight. King Kong, kitty, kitty, cry-me-o, in that holler tree 'twas a terrible night. King Kong, kitty, kitty, cry-me-o, cry-mo-key, away down yonder in a holler tree. An owl and a bat and a bumblebee. King Kong, kitty, kitty, cry-me-o.
4.
Mr. Frog hurled the suitors to the floor. King Kong, kitty, kitty, cry-me-o, with his sword and his pistol he killed all 4. King Kong, kitty, kitty, cry-me-o, cry-mo-key, away down yonder in a holler tree. An owl and a bat and a bumblebee. King Kong, kitty,
Yeah.
kitty, cry-me-o.
And then
They went to the parson the very next day. King Kong, kitty, kitty, cry-me-o, and left on their
Yeah.
honeymoon right away. King Kong, kitty,
4,
kitty,
2,
cry-me-o,
1.
cry-mo-key, away down yonder in a holler tree. An owl and a bat and a bumblebee. King Kong, kitty, kitty, cry-me-o. Now they live far off in a holler tree. King Kong, kitty, kitty, cry-me-o, where they now have
Chat,
wealth
I have
and
come to a
children
solution.
free. King Kong, kitty, kitty,
We're
cry-me-o,
gonna keep the double thickness because I don't
cry-mo-key,
wanna
away down yonder in a holler tree. An
bugger
owl and
this
a
up
bat
again.
and a bumblebee. King Kong, kitty, kitty, cry-me-o.
Ugh. 22. There we go. And then 45.
Just remember me, baby, when I'm in 6 feet of cold, cold ground.
Minus 45.
Just remember me, baby, when I'm in 6 feet of cold, cold ground. Always
Yeah.
think of me,
Just fix the
mama.
issue and then we can just
Just say there's a good man gone down.
fix that up.
Don't cry, baby. Baby, after I'm gone. Don't cry, baby.
Oh, it doesn't work like that. Okay.
Don't cry after I'm gone.
There.
I'm just a
I
good
guess.
man, love you.
that'll have to. Oh,
and I ain't done nothing wrong.
okay, I guess we have to sort of fix this now.
Just lay my body, baby, in 6 cold feet of ground.
Oh,
Just lay my body, baby, in 6 cold feet of ground.
okay, guess we're gonna have to do that again. Consistent.
Well, I'll have to be the loser when the deal goes down.
Is that the correct position? Oh, helps if we go the right way. Yep. And then 22.5, surely. Minus 35. Oh, minus. Nope. Minus 67.5 then. Just 65. Okay.
Oh, I've got no sugar, baby, now. It's all I can do for see peace with you, and I can't get along this away. Can't get along this away.
There we go.
All I can do, that's all I can say. I will sing it to your mama next payday. Sing it to your mama next payday. Got no use for a red rocking chair. I've got no honey, baby, now. Got no sugar, baby, now.
Fixing this.
Who rocked
Yeah,
the
that'll
cradle? Who sang the song? Who rocked the cradle when I'm gone? Who rocked the cradle when I'm gone?
And then down here,
I'll rock the
top.
cradle, I'll
But
sing the
looks like
song. I'll rock the
Just as
cradle
long as we
when
get
you gone.
that.
I'll rock the cradle when you gone.
Oh, look at that, chat. That's amazing.
All I
what
can
it
do,
took us was
that's
one
all I can
disconnection.
say. I will sing it to your mama next payday.
Although I don't think that.
Later in the
That's
she
in
give her every dime I made. What
right
more could a
angle.
poor boy do? What more could a poor boy do?
You know what? It's a fun little Easter egg. I am not dealing with that anymore.
Oh, I've
Let's
got
deal
no
with the
honey,
insides,
baby, now.
because I know how to do
Got
this.
no sugar, baby, now.
Ugh. Coffee. Coffee time.
Said all I can say, I've done all I can do, and I can't make a living with you.
It has now
Can't
gone
make a
cold,
living
which has
with
made it
you.
even worse. Oh well. Need to pick up my image again. Right. Now we need diamonds. And then we've got this. We've got So this you also need locks. Where's the locks? Now we've got to do tree stone, which for those of you who are uninitiated, about 12 blocks between each one. Observers, that's what we're missing. So, yeah, we need to start on top. That way we can it depends. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, that's something that I didn't experience in testing, which I need to look out for. What can we... I know. Mangrove. Is mangrove treated like a leaf? Shouldn't. here? Okay, chat. Turns out that one of my songs has caused more copyright issues, which is why I keep disconnecting today. You know what that means? No, I really hate to do this. Music's coming off. Okay, now another 2. Okay, my other world, right, had walls. Didn't, yeah, no. Maybe I have to do the same here. And then oh shit. Okay. Of all of my references, not one have I got a suitable reference to how long this should be. So this is 12, 11, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7. I just move that up. And then we change this to clone. Actually, before we do that, we should probably make sure that that 7 works. My God, come on. We'll try that. We know it works with leaves because we've seen it, and I need to pee. This is not a good time. See you in a second. Right, we'll try this. Just replace the observers. Because it should work. Right. We'll try this again. Okay, do daylight sensors work with trapdoors? That needs to be like that. So they do. Oh, but that's to work in the system that we have. Possible solution. One, two, three, four. Do it this way. Okay, so it does need to be 4. Now, could we clone this section? Just remove these. Now hopefully this should work. It does. That's what we want to see. I mean, unfortunately it doesn't work on the angles. And there's not really a particularly red looking block that's similar to I guess it will have to be that, because it can't be red terracotta because it's not even the same hue. Nether wart. We can certainly try it. Why isn't this working? It's because I'm on the wrong button. To right. Just about. Okay, we'll have to use that. Now, on the alternate block, which is here, let's do that. Come down. Okay. And then we do that. Because that's how it's up there. Boring not having the music on. That's ridiculous. That's more like it. Great. Then there is another not great. This is actually far too big than what it needs to be. Right, so it's 2 out, 2 down, and like that, but not there. Fix that. It looks a tiny bit scuffed, but that's okay. I am happy with that. We sort of do that, maybe. Makes things a little bit more symmetrical. Now using gold, what we do is, you know what, I am going to knock my thing about. Then I'm going to get into this, travel down to gold, if I can find it, there we go, gold. Shrink this down, maybe about 8. Ooh, that's 15, 16. And this should be not quite 45 degrees, but not quite 62. 55? give it a funky angle. Maybe bring it this way. Yes. Make sure it's in line with everything else. Marvelous. And then what we want to do is we need an ecliptic birch fence. If the outer is 32, then we need 34. And this needs to be... We'll go 30 for now. We'll actually make this gold as well, just so we can have somewhere to figure it out. This we could just put down to, come on, control, there we go, 0. Gotta be completely honest, I don't know if that's level. That is, let's level that side. What about this side? Oh. It is. If we do 36, just to give it, no, because then it's floating. $35 then. Gives it a bit of lift over there. Cool. Then it's 1, 2. I guess 34 then. And move it in. No, because then it clips that. So it has to be 36. But then it's not. Right. Easier solution, we do it flat. We'll say 34 for now. Because we have an odd center pole on an even centered build, should be 2, should be 3, which that is. Should be 2, should be 3, it is. 2, 3, yes. Two, 3, correct. Then the roll should be, so 15, 20. Feels like an oh, that's actually perfect. You may need to bring this down, however. that's the third one down, and that's in the middle of the third one down. Perfect. Could not have asked for better. Oh shit, we shouldn't have done that. We're supposed to have corrected that to this. I just need to update them. Although judging by this, it's going to be a very long, difficult task. Mother of God. That's not touching it. That's not touching it. That is, but that's fine. If it's done it again, I'm not going to be impressed. And at this point, I don't care. Good. Now, why is that there, you may ask? Well, out here we need... Oh, where's it gone? This. And another brick. Oh, where's the oh, perfect. Right, so this wall needs to have this bit temporarily removed. Consult my reference. Oh, it's basalt. It's basalt, not how did I do this? Like that. That's how I did that. That looks a little squat, but I can assure you it's okay. And then, I think it's over here. What we do is we get the end stone. No, it was there. There we have a moon. One that works. So you barely see it. Well, I say you can very obviously see it. The point is that you're not supposed to be able to obviously see it. And then, oh, video settings, shader packs enabled. Done. Oh, I see that. That glows. I don't want it to glow. What can we use? We'll use these. Apologies for the flashes. Okay, that kind of makes it a little bit impressive. If someone can recommend a texture pack that doesn't do that, that'd be great. So here we have the stars that we walk around. Now we do, where is it? Time set, night. Okay, why is that not working? set. Midnight. Lou. Oh, why aren't you working now? No, you are working. Ah, that's why, because I replaced the wood with gold. Midas. There we go. Not quite the illumination efforts that I was expecting, but still it works. If we do time noon again, should go off like that. Fantastic. Simply write cenotaph to Sir Isaac. Oh. Newton. There's a little off-centered. If we do the sir over here, push it that way. Better. But where's the wax? And then we do copy both of those. Cool. And you know what, with the exception of the interlocking tunnels and the patio, which I'm not going to class the patio as actually being part of the build because it's something for the building to sit on, like a foundation. And the internal tunnel network doesn't really appear on many internal layout plans like the one that's in the bottom right corner. It's on one that is kind of adjacent to this. So when I come to do this as a release, I might include those as well. However, this has been the cenotaph to Sir Isaac Newton. There it is. That's what I set out to accomplish. And it's taken 7 weeks to build because of my incompetence. Well, I now have to stitch this together because Twitch has somehow found a copyright in my non-copyright music. I'm not going to waste your time, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being with me on this journey. And next time, we'll be doing a chateau, which should be interesting because it's in relation to actual human measurements and not 1x1 meter cube blocks. So this one I might have to do some sizing differences, one being in relation to actual how it would have been, kind of caveat, asterisk asterisk asterisk, the second being how I would do that build if it was purely for Minecraft and using Minecraft scaling. But yeah, I've had fun. I know you've had fun, hopefully. And I also know that this is the end of this project. I have been Spoofers, your wonderful co-host, together with Alonso, our key man, our man and the scene. I don't know if I like this outro. But remember, take life by the horns. And if you can't, try anyway. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Good night. By the way, it was a 100-year-old song that has been able to copyright strike me 3 goddamn times. Twitch, that song is copyright free. Nobody holds the copyright to it. The studios don't hold the copyright to it. You managed to get me on bullshit.